I feel like I might be losing my marbles a little bit because of the renovation life. I needed a break from the sound. Yes, we're in a different setup. It may not be the most aesthetic. This is not the vibes that I was going for. I was thinking it's gonna be bright, really cute. Yeah, it's not giving that. So we're gonna pretend it's giving that. Am I that girly that just basically said, you know what? I'm gonna go and spend £9 to go and film a YouTube video. So this is the iced brown oat shaken espresso. I always have to think about that. I also have myself an almond croissant that is hot, so. That's good. Good afternoon guys, firstly hope you're all well and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be running through my fat loss goals for the next 12 weeks. Today is Thursday the 27th and I will be starting my fat loss phase on Monday 3rd of March. This video will go live on the 2nd of March, so literally one day ahead of when I start my fat loss phase. This is fat loss phase episode 1. So if you didn't know, we are having weekly episodes. We're going to be running through things every single week, advice, how I'm navigating it, 4 days of eating, etc. So hopefully if you are wanting to obviously get leaner for summer, we have March, we have April, we have May and we have June. We have 4 months to go until summer, which is so exciting but also very petrifying as well because it feels so quickly. So here's my reminder to you that if you are wanting to get leaner, I would strongly recommend you consider when you're going to start your fat loss phase. We want to make sure everything is sustainable and that's really important. That's why it's important to give yourself long enough. So basically I'm going to be using myself in this fat loss phase to give you guys advice. I haven't been in a fat loss phase in over a year and I just feel like I needed something to give back to you guys as well. Like, I want to do this, but I also know that you guys also want to do it as well. So I was like, let's document it. So that's what we're doing. 12 weeks fat loss starting on the start of March, which is so exciting. Oh, I've literally just dropped this everywhere. Oh no. If I actually don't laugh, I am going to cry. It's fine. It's fun. It's fine, it's fine, it's fun. Thankfully, because obviously I was going to gym, I had my own towel, just to show you. Oh my god, look at this towel. Like, you can literally see this. It was once grey, it's now brown. But anyway, this is what I've got left. So I'm going to drink this little part. Lesson learned. At least I didn't drop this. I'm not going to lie. I'm grateful for that. Nightmare. Now, in terms of my goals, etc., I want to lose between 4 to 6 kilograms in the space of 12 weeks. Very, very, very doable, in all honesty. Previous fat loss phase that I did do, I lost 6.5 kilograms, ended around October 2023. So it's been quite some time since I have actually been in a deficit. I have given myself like the scope if I want to extend it ever so slightly to like 16 weeks, and I can do so because we basically go on holiday in 18 weeks. So I thought, okay, let's do March, April, May fat loss. I will then have June reassessing if I want to do 1 or 2 more weeks extra of dieting and feel like I need to. If I don't want to, okay, I come back to maintenance and I sit at maintenance until the holiday. But that's very much obviously how much I want to lose. And I know there's been a couple of questions like, why do you want to lose weight? I thought you were kind of happy. I thought you were kind of in good shape, etc. First and foremost, obviously, thank you for thinking I'm in good shape. I do appreciate that. Like I just said, obviously I haven't been in a fat loss phase in over a year. I think with everything obviously that did go on back end of last year, start of this year, going through that miscarriage, and then of course having that extra month with the operation, etc, etc, like, it's just been a lot. I've spoken to half of us, to be fair, multiple times as well, and I guess I don't feel as confident in myself right now. I'm very open about that. Like, I'm very happy to say, actually, yeah, do you know what, I don't feel as confident in my physique right now. And of course some may say, but you take selfies, you post on social media. I think one of the things is, it's my job. If it wasn't my job, would I take this many selfies? No. I know I wouldn't. 100% I wouldn't. Over the past 6 or 7 weeks post-operation, I've really got back into progressive overload, obviously training again, getting stronger. Of course, during the 12 weeks that I was pregnant, my strength was reducing. So it's been very much that, I would say, like, mind... I don't like swearing on my channel, you guys know I don't. But it's like that... It's been so much to process, and I know people are like, oh, give yourself time, but I just need something to work towards. I think it'll be good for me mentally to have something to work towards for myself. But the biggest thing is I do want to feel more confident. So I guess you could say that's pretty much to summarize that point. So my next point that I have written down, how am I going to obviously do this around renovating? So for the past year and a half, obviously we've lived like this. We're very much used to it now. When we do actually have a kitchen, like, I think it's just gonna be a real shock to the system. We've adapted so much around the current situation. It's just the norm for us now. For example, I think for the past 7 weeks we have had the same dinner and same lunches like When I say, guys, every single day for the past 7 weeks, like nothing has changed. Breakfast is literally like porridge pots, like my oat pots. Then my lunch is chicken, a packet rice from the microwave, and then also tinned vegetables. And then my dinner is mashed potato in the microwave, beef mince with barbecue sauce, and then also tinned vegetables. And that's why I haven't really done many full days of eating anywhere on my platforms, because they're really boring. So I'd say in terms of how we're navigating it around obviously renovating, we still have at least another month of this. Of course, don't get me wrong, we could be ordering takeaways, etc. But number one, we're trying to save as much as we physically possibly can right now for the obviously extension / renovation. But also number two as well, halves marathon prepping. And also number three, we don't really love takeaways, it's just personal preference there. And so we now do things like online food shop just because it makes our life so much easier. In terms of the Ibiza coming up, which we are going away from like Wednesday to Sunday, obviously halves full marathon, which is really exciting, and he's absolutely buzzing. So of course then I'm not going to kind of be tracking because the focus is on him, make sure everything's organized queen over here, like fully everything is to a T. So yeah, the key goal when we're in Ibiza is going to be him. We're not going to going out to any fancy meals. We're not really going to be doing anything. So yeah, of course, we're going to go and have fun 100%, but it's for him to run his marathon. It's for me to vlog it. It is a whack trip. The biggest thing I will kind of say that I'm going to kind of be focused on doing is just taking each day as it comes. I would say right now with where we're currently at, a little bit different compared to what we usually be like. Usually, if we were not renovating, we would be eating out probably once a week. Right now, because we are trying to save money, etc., we're not going out as much. And of course, like, don't get me wrong, it makes life a lot easier if you're in a fat loss phase, and of course you're not going out as frequently, and it does. And that's one thing I would say to you, if you know you're going out 2-3 times per week, give yourself a longer fat loss period, because if you are going out quite frequently, of course, yes, your results take you longer to lose that fat. So if you are going out for food and drinking obviously quite heavily, etc., that's fine. Like, it is absolutely fine. Just got to have a realistic expectation that of course your scale is going to fluctuate, of course your fat loss is going to take you longer. Like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just having that realistic expectation. That's why I've given myself 12 weeks, because in hindsight I shouldn't need any longer than that, and I do want to make sure I get in the fat loss phase and get back out. I don't want to be dragging the fat loss phase out. If you actually, that's one thing to say, if you do have any trips away, etc., just take it off, like enjoy yourself, remind yourself that food is always there, and like actually be mindful. Of course, on your return, you're going to have a weight fluctuation. Like, I know myself, probably after Ibiza I'll probably have a weight fluctuation. Okay, we move forward, and of course I'll tell you guys about that when we get to that. In terms of what I'm actually going to be doing, I am currently eating 3,100 calories on my training days and 2,900 calories on my rest days. And straight away is I'm going to knock off 200 calories per day. So my calories are going to come down to 2,900 calories on my training day. That is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. 4 training days, okay, per week. Then my rest day calories are going to be 2,700 calories. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. Now, in terms of macro breakdown, etc., what I'm going to be doing is I keep my protein identical. My protein stays the exact same. Now, with my carbs and fats, all I would do is just reduce one of them, like reduce in portion size. My fats usually sit around 70 to 80 grams and the rest go towards carbohydrates. Let's say obviously I'm pulling those calories down, which I am. I will simply either remove a snack or reduce the current portion size, maybe reduce some carbs out of one of my meals. So you guys know, usually in my drink for the gym, I have 2 obviously scoops of the electro fuel, which I'll put here from MyProtein. I'll probably just drop that down to one scoop, for example. That knocks off like 25 grams of carbs, 100 calories, done. Nice and simple. So do you see how like I'm not overcomplicating it, like not overthinking it in that sense? So keeping it very simple. So that's my plan for the first week, is to literally knock off 200 calories. So obviously Monday, I'm going to take my check-in photos. Monday morning, no, I'm actually going to take them Saturday. And then also measurements, my weight, and of course, just get myself back into that routine. So with my kind of actual expenditure, right now with my cardio, I've been sitting around about 30 minutes. I have been, I would say, not as on it with my cardio. When obviously we found out I was pregnant, I was still running at the time, the first kind of week or so. And let me tell you, I'm a very newbie running person. Like, I'm not a big runner at all. It was 5k. And I got to the point where during obviously pregnancy, it didn't feel good. Like, it wasn't feeling good for myself. I was like, right, let's strip it back. And I instead was just doing some walking on the treadmill. So I have actually over the past 2 weeks though introduced it back in, and let me tell you, I feel so much better for getting my cardio back in. So what I'm going to be doing from next week is 45 minutes of cardio. That does not include my steps. So my steps and my cardio are separate. Okay. My step goal I'm going to be doing is Monday to Friday 9,000, on the weekend 11 to 12,000. Reason being is because at the weekend I I have a lot more free time. Builders are not here, they don't need me, work, etc. So that's my plan in terms of what I'm going to be doing. It just makes my life easier. Now, of course, with that in mind, yes, no doubt my calories will have to come lower. Recently, I've definitely got back into kind of tracking slowly. Like I said, like I'm eating pretty much the exact same every single day anyway, so it's quite simple in that sense. It's just picking my movement back up, and fingers crossed, obviously weather is definitely improving now as well. Although yesterday, I'm gonna put a photo here, guys, we got drenched. It's the UK for you, like it's awful. One thing I will say to you is, if you're actually in a fat loss phase and you've got your steps to get complete and it's raining, if you don't want to get them in, get them done on the treadmill, or we sometimes have to suck things up. That's one thing that Harv and I said yesterday. We really did not want to go out for a walk, but we both said, actually, suck it up, let's put the coat on, let's get outside, let's be like drowned rats. And we were fully drenched to the bone, but it's fine, we got the steps done. It's one of those things. So obviously scale weight, etc., and just kind of tracking progress. A couple of things I would say for tracking progress. Number one, I'll be doing my weigh-ins at least every other day, if not every day. I'm using an app called Happy Scale. I'll try and put like the logo here so you guys can see it. I always use this app to track my weight, and that's one thing I would say to you. Okay, if you're currently in a fat loss phase and you're weighing yourself once a week, look, this is not for everybody, but it's something I would encourage. Actually take the emotion out of the scale. This is something that I say to our clients as well, coached by GLJ. You've got to look at the number on the scale. It's data. It's nothing else. It doesn't define you. It doesn't matter what the scale says. It is literally data. It's data to see progress, to see where you're currently at. It is going to fluctuate every single day. And I'm going to show you that in this fat loss phase, guys, that even myself as an online fitness coach, that it can be very consistent when she wants to be. My weight will fluctuate during this fat loss phase. It's inevitable. It happens. It's going to happen. If you're not doing it daily, not happy obviously weighing yourself daily, do it every other day, or do it let's say 3 times per week. Of course, if you don't want it, if you don't like it, don't do it. Like, you don't have to do it, but the more data you have, the better you can actually see where your weight is trending. If you've got 7 days here and you're only doing one weigh-in, okay, so what if a couple of days ago you hit a new low weigh-in, but on the day you weigh yourself, your weight's fluctuated? What do you do then? You don't know about the low weigh-in. So that's something you've got to kind of bear in mind. But I do think it's a good form of tracking progress, and of course, take your photos weekly. Make sure your starting photos are in a good spot, so get the lighting. So wake up in the morning, go to the toilet, then have the photos there. Make sure you're obviously wearing a bikini or like underwear, because then you can see your full physique and you can make the comparison photos when you get to the end of the deficit. And of course, you have got to be consistent. Like, fat loss does entail consistency, and it does. And of course, if you're not as consistent, then progress will take you longer. Nothing wrong with that, but you've just got to have a realistic expectation. Now, the other point that I did mention here was training. A frequent common question, same with actually protein. Protein, like I said, stays the same. Training stays the same. Just because I'm going into a deficit, it does not mean my training goes out the window. I'm still logging my lifts. I'm still keeping the training, like the actual movements themselves, the same. Like, nothing is changing in that sense. It's just I'm basically pulling some calories down, moving my body more, and that's the key factor here. Like, nothing else is changing. So my training, I'm still going in there with the intent of getting stronger. And what I see as a coach, a lot of the time when an individual start their fat loss phase, I think, right, that's it. Do you know what? Strength is out the window. She's gone. Well, no, you're day one into your fat loss phase. Why is your strength gone? Your strength shouldn't be gone. Okay, granted, if you were a competitive bodybuilder and you were 20 weeks deep into this fat loss phase, yeah, no wonder your strength is going to be out the window. But it's mindset, and that's the biggest thing that actually I would say I've learned over the years. Like, it is mindset. So I know myself, like, there's going to be days when I really cannot be bothered. For example, today, like, I don't want to go in there, but I'm going to go in there with the intent of progressing and the intent of pushing and actually taking my emotions out onto my training. So when you're actually going into that fat loss phase, you don't just think, that's it, my strength's out the window. No, your strength's not out the window. You're telling yourself your strength's out the window. Actually, go into there with that positive mindset, thinking, okay, maybe I'm starting a deficit and I may not be feeling my most energized, but I can still push into my sessions. And of course, and that's something you've got to kind of bear in mind. Like, you're not going to be able to progress in every session, and you're going to have some bad days. It happens, obviously depending on the individual, but it's really kind of challenging yourself in that sense. Like, challenge that mindset, push your kind of self, because you are stronger than you think. We are all stronger than we think, and that's really, really important. I think I've spoken enough. I think I've rambled enough. To summarize, 12 weeks, 4 to 6 kilograms. That is my plan of action. I'll be uploading every single Sunday. Of course, there'll be some full days of eating, still some vlogs in there. Like, I still want to show you guys obviously vlogs and like lifestyle, etc. But a fat loss series, like, I'm quite excited for it. I think it's definitely needed, and we've got 12 weeks. That's 12 videos for you guys to have a nosy, have a watch. I'm going to take you guys through it all. Weekly check-in photos are back. We're going to be doing obviously our frequent weigh-ins. One other thing as well, actually, I have got a behind the scenes on my broadcast channel. On that channel, I basically upload frequent just a chat with you guys. Basically, I literally tell you how I feel. So I'll run obviously through like my daily weigh-ins on there, etc., my plan of action for the day, where I'm currently at, any advice, etc. So do make sure you go and obviously check that out. So keep an eye on my Instagram. Of course, going to be doing lots of updates on there as well in terms of where we're currently at. And also, actually, my final thing are going to be a lot more free resources for you guys as well on Coach by GLJ's Instagram page, which please do go and check that out. There's going to be lots of exercises on there. We've got form advice, home versus gym. We actually sent out a free glute workout to those that commented the other day, which just blew my mind. I was actually shocked, very nervous to do something like that. Like, it's a change for me, but it was also so exciting. So I really want to, and I said this obviously a few weeks ago as well, I want this year to be about giving back to you guys and really just engaging with you guys more and actually showing you more behind the scenes and where we're currently at. So I'm gonna head to the gym. My leggings are actually still sodden wet, which is not ideal. I need to go get a towel, so I'm gonna go home. So thank you guys obviously so much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and if there's any questions, then pop me them down below.